Greetings everybody, welcome to part 2 of the Star Fox playthrough, where I'm going to go ahead and finish things off in Pathway 1. And this time I'm at the Battle Base Meteor. Be sure to use your retros if you're going too fast. Be careful with my R-Wings. Good luck. Yeah, you don't got too much to worry about though, General Peppa. Wonder if there's a General Salt. I know there's a Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper. Kinda wish I had some. Then again, I don't really drink soda that much these days, so I could live without it. Maybe a Diet Dr. Pepper. But anyways, this is Stage 4, and I mentioned in the last part that I couldn't remember the names of the bosses for Stages 1, 2, and 3. Stage 1 was the Attack Carrier, Stage 2 was the Rock Crusher, and Stage 3 was the Space Armada's Atomic Base. So at this stage, we'll just have to see where things go and see what kind of enemy we got at the end of this one. I like those weird walking, wobbly looking things that show up. As they show up in a couple of levels in this game. Now I gotta deal with these helicopters. Oh hey. I may have got crunched a couple of times, but I will definitely take this extra life. Come on, Slippy. Why do you keep getting yourself into trouble, dog? Frog? Toad? Oh, looks like I'm getting myself into some trouble here. But no need to worry, though. As I've said before, if I didn't think I could record it, I wouldn't. And usually if I can't record it yet, I will spend hours and hours slaving away at it to make sure that I can. I don't always make it through unscathed, though. Aw, yeah. So those are health power-ups. I thought they were checkpoints. Maybe they are also checkpoints? I'm a little confused by the item lingo in this game. I just fly around and shoot stuff. I mean, that is the primary objective here. Just gotta fly around and shoot stuff. Get lost, you fiend. Watch your aim, Fox. Yeah, thanks. Oh, Peppy. I don't understand how my crew could be so incompetent that they keep managing to get themselves hit by everything and everyone. Hey, there's the boss for this one. Well, I wouldn't have to watch my aim if you'd get out of the way, Peppy. But here's the next boss. This is Stage 4's boss, the Dancing Insector. He's like a giant spider thingy that just, like, he's got his legs, and he knows how to use them. He uses them to attack you. But you just gotta shoot the legs a bunch and eventually shoot all the legs off. Which you can usually only do in this mode. Once the legs are orange, it makes it so much easier, oh god. But then he's got those fire blasts you gotta look out for. But once all the legs are fired off, it makes it pretty easy business. Yeah, and that's the Dancing Insector, folks. And that will do it for stage numero 4. Great. Okay, what's next? It's looking good, Fox. Yeah, I guess it is looking pretty good so far. So far, so good. Somehow I was able to get the 100% bonus that time. And I will get an extra credit. I sure do love me some extra credit. Ah, but here's Venom. This is the planetary base of Andross. It is usually comprised of 2 stages, even though it looks like 1 on the map. Don't let that fool you, folks. Anyways, Andross is hiding on Venom. Fox, you must find his core brain and destroy it. Good luck. This level's pretty neat. You see, I go back into first-person mode. I still got my twin blaster upgrade. Get out of here. Yeah, thanks. Watch your aim, Fox. Like I said, your crew's usually more of a nuisance than they are helpful. I don't even think they fire at any of the enemies. Or maybe they do just a little bit. But I seem to be the one killing all the enemies here, so... Ah, it's one of those frog dudes. That's gotta suck. You get your ship blown up and fall through space. Ah, there's another one. Oh, man. Thought he was gonna go through the screen there for a second. This eye-popping third dimension is some interesting stuff, for sure. I think you get something if you manage to blast all those circles. That might have been the something. And if that's the case, you don't have to blast all those circles. Or circle. And I just like to... I get pretty trigger happy in these kind of games. I just like to shoot everything down, everything in sight. And if I get blown up in the process, which usually 9 times out of 10 happens, oh well. It's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. Ah. I don't know what that was. Croak, help me. And you're gonna need more help than I can give you. Such man, hey, yeah, it's this thing. I love this thing. It's a little bird that gives you health power-ups. I'm glad I was able to trigger that. There's also a giant whale that shows up in one of the later levels. I'm not sure if I'll manage to make that show up. I can't remember if I did or not. Not there yet in the commentary. Or Let's Play or whatever. But here we have Phantron, the Stage 5 boss. And this one can be kind of annoying because he likes to split off into 3 different versions. And you gotta figure out which one's the fake one and which one's the real one. Sort of like a paper cup game. But I managed to take down the real one. However, you see him falling, he did not explode. And the reason for that being is because, spoilers, we're not done with him yet. But folks, this is Stage 5, Clear, Stage Clear. Ah yeah, another 100%. Can't go wrong with that. Although I didn't get enough points to get the continue that time. But anyways, here's the final stage of Pathway 1, folks. And some of you folks may or may not recognize this song, or there's a remix of it in Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the GameCube, Wii. Or maybe I'm thinking Melee. I should have this stuff, researched ahead of time. It's in one of the Smash Bros. Games. I don't play a lot of Super Smash Bros. I have Melee for my GameCube, but that's about the extent of it. Never really got too big into fighting games, so there probably won't be a lot of those on the channel. Although I do plan on playing them every once in a while. It would be much more fun to play a fighting game if I could get a guest on the channel. Maybe do some live 2-player co-op for fighting games or stuff like that. But yeah, this is a pretty difficult stage. This is the introduction of those things where you gotta, like, make sure that you're not in the direction that it's pointing or you're screwed. Hey, it's me, Slippy. Must have shot him on accident. Kinda hard to tell when everything's shooting at everything in this game. Get out of the way, Slippy. I'm trying to do stuff here, man. Uh-oh, it's these things. It's these towers that'll, like, yeah, do that thing where they just start, like, appearing. There must be some damn good architects to build buildings that quickly. Can I hire some of the contractors from Venom? after Star Fox and his crew are done with him, they'll need the work. Oh man, gotta look out for these things. See, I do a little bit of weaving to get out of the way. And I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet, probably because I don't think I've gotten it yet at any point in this playthrough. Up to this point. Man, that was redundant, but I don't think I've gotten the shield yet. Even though my health says shield, there's a shield power-up you can get that turns your ship into wireframes and gives you a little bit of invincibility. But yes, here's Phase 2 of the Phantron fight. And this is where things start to get really tricky. As he goes into the third phase. Third stage. Or maybe like third stage, like the Boston album third stage. Ooh. If I can manage not to get hit a bunch. At least I got some health. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Wing damage. I mentioned this a little bit in the last part, folks. Yeah, so when your wing gets clipped, it looks like crap, and you lose all your upgrades. So now I'm just kind of limping on through this one. See if I have a chance still. I mean, it's not incredibly difficult to take Phantron down, it's just kind of tedious. And luckily I have enough of these Nova bombs, which will help me take him out quicker. And at this point I'm just gonna... At this point I'm just gonna fire them all off, I think. Or at least wait till his health's a little bit lower, and that'll do it, folks. That's the good stuff. Yeah. Get out of here, Phantron. But we're not done yet, folks. I gotta fly into this giant butt plug looking thing. Hey, that's what it looks like. Don't look at me like that. Or don't look at the computer like that. I didn't design it. Fox, you are indeed a worthy foe. But your foolish efforts are futile. Can't really do much of a... I can't really do an evil laugh. That's not an evil laugh. That's my ex-coworker's laugh. Your R-Wings have no chance against me. Although I would disagree now that I don't have wing damage. Still only have a single shot. I don't have twin blasters going into this, so it'll take a little bit longer to get through this battle. But this is the Andross boss fight. This is at the end of every pathway that you take, as Andross is the big bad enemy that you're fighting. And really all you gotta do is just look out for all the squares that he spits out. And you gotta look out... Ooh! And you gotta look out for the square tears that he cries. I don't know if they're tears of joy or if he's genuinely sad. I mean, I'd be sad too if my day was gonna be ruined by the Star Fox group. And although it may look like he can suck you in with that big suck, you don't gotta worry about the big suck, folks. I mean, all he's doing is sucking in a bunch of squares. Alright, so we just hit the eyes enough times, and then Andross comes out in this giant cube, this phantom zone looking thing. And depending on how good of a shot you are, you can fire enough shots to take him down pretty quickly once he's in the phantom zone phase. But yeah, folks, that's Andross, that's Pathway 1. Yeah, look at that. Look at all that damage. That's a lot of damage. I gotta get out of that butt plug, though. I managed to do just that. Stage 6 is clear, folks. Pathway 1 is clear. All ships check in. Ribbit, I'll bring up the rear. I'm behind you, Fox. I'm with you, Fox. Excellent, excellent stuff. And we get this little cutscene at the end of each pathway. We see our heroes returning to Corneria. However, we're not done yet, folks. There's still a lot of gameplay to get through. And there's still a couple of minutes left in this part, so we're not completely in the clear just yet. And something I'm noticing more while I'm doing the playback here, I had some audio issues when I recorded my playthrough, and for some reason, I don't know if it was the ROM that I used of Star Fox, but the audio is just like really poppy. It cuts in and out a bunch. It's super noticeable to me, but I don't know if you can really hear it since I bury the gameplay volume in the mix typically to talk over it. But at the end of each pathway, you get your scores. It shows you the scores for each stage. You get your total score, and everything gets tallied up into the average score of, a decent 93%. I'll take an A-. It's good stuff to me.
Come in, Cornelia.
This is Cornelia. Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Cornelia.
Excellent. So there was a little bit more voice acting there. General Pepper congratulating us on a job well done. The heroes are going back to Cornelia. And here we get the, I'm not going to show the credits off in this part, but I will show off the enemy roll call. Because here's the attack carrier that I forgot the name of in part 1. Ah, yes, this bad dude here. Oh, look, it's this guy. This guy. The Rock Crusher. And some kind of weird dimensions there with the size of the enemy. I don't know what any of those numbers and letters mean, but I know I don't... Well, I gotta face this guy again. But I think that's in stage... Or no, that's in Pathway 3. Keep wanting to say stage. It's in one of the stages of Pathway 3. But yeah, overall, Pathway 1 wasn't too bad. It's definitely the easiest part of the game, which definitely goes to show that you can beat the game in a short amount of time, but if you want to beat all 3 pathways, it's going to take you a little longer, folks. Ah, yes. This Phantron. 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 I just like saying that. Phantron. It sounds a little bit weirder to me because my voice is kind of screwed up with this cold right now. I hate colds. Just kind of snuck up on me overnight. But as soon as I got the microphones and everything figured out and set up, I knew I had to get back into business here with recording stuff for the channel. Y'all waited long enough. Here we got Andross spewing out some more squares or rectangles. I guess rectangles. Some sort of geometry. But anyways, folks, that's going to do it for Part 2 and Pathway 1. I will see you in Part 3.